Good evening. Welcome to Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. This week I'm going to do something a little different. I decided I wanted to do something different. This is Black History Month. I do my Black History Month reads in February. I decided today I wanted to give a couple books that I have read like several years plus back to help someone who maybe don't know where to start or don't know anything about what book to pick up for. It's Black History Month. I also decided that I wanted to extend my Black History Month into next month because I feel like 28 days is just not enough if you get where I'm coming from, if you're an avid reader like I am. But the first book I want to say I was introduced to this author, I guess back in '09, I think it was, by a former coworker who was like, "Oh, you got to read her. She is so good. She is so good." So I picked up her book, and this book is the only one I read. I got like 2 or 3 other books I do believe on my shelf by this author, and I am talking about no other than California J. Cooper, and this is Homemade Love. And I just want to say it is like only 175 pages, but I love this book. It was so good. It's dealing with family, and it takes place back in I want to say the 50s. Something happened. The next book, it kind of, whew, it took me through this next book, I'm going to say, and that is The Air Between Us by Deborah Johnson. It really is. This book was emotional for me. It it took you to places that's unbelievable that you didn't want to go to. And the next author, she was here for the Atlanta Book Club conference last year. Unfortunately, I did not get to make it. I plan to go this year. This author here, I highly recommend it. I've read like, I think I've read like maybe 5 books of hers. And this book right here was the very first book I read by her. And I'm talking about no other than Bernice McFadden, Glorious. This is a must read. And she also have Sugar. I highly recommend it. Waving in the Waters, that takes place in Mississippi. It deals with the Emmett Tillman's situation. That book is, oh my, it's phenomenal. The next book is probably, I would say this book right here is one of the thickest book I've read for Black history. And I'm talking about Cain River. This book was so good. I believe it's also Red River, if I'm not mistaken, by this author did also. It's like from the male's point of view, because this is from the female's point of view. This book was so good, and it's one of Oprah's book club picks too. I've been wondering where's the movie for this one. I don't, I really have. And the next book is, I read this a couple years, and I feel like for the month, I love these two, and I missed them so much. And I'm talking about Barack and Michelle, The Portrait of American Marriage. I read this like several years ago. I learned so much by both of them. And I look forward to reading The Becoming by Michelle. I also have that one. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to her book tour that she'll be here in May. But I highly recommend those two, and I miss them so much. Last but not least is this woman here. I took a chance. No one recommended this. You know how sometimes a book just catches your attention. I was in Borders. I miss Borders so much. Borders, I give credit to get my book collection though, because I stayed in Borders like every other day. I just missed them. I mean, Books a Million, Barnes and Noble, even Walmart cannot touch Borders. I missed them so much. I was in Borders this particular day and I saw this book and I was like, wow, that book looks so good. And I took a test and I bought it. And I'm so glad I bought it. Because this author right here, this book is just so good and I highly recommend it. Gather Together in My Name by Tracy Price Thomason. I have Woman's Work, and I also have one that's Operator 911. I have not got a chance to read those by her, but this book right here alone, I highly recommend. I just want to say thank you, and this is my list for past reads that's dealing with Black history that I feel like that you will thoroughly enjoy. Thank you to those who support Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. I'm also on Instagram, Robert's Reading Room, Facebook page, Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. I hope everyone have a safe weekend. Until next time, next week I will be back with a book review. I'm reading my third book in the month of Black History, and my goal is to read at least 2 to 3 more books going into next month. Thank you for watching.